fifth game of Group Hippo. Winner of this one will move on. The Bulba squad, as it were, trying to
Team
get
Bulba.
revenge over compLexity, who they beat, who beat them maybe about 2 hours ago, I want to say, was when the, perhaps 3. It's been a while. So we'll see. And
for battle.
what was I going to say? So probably the big story for a lot of people is obviously the roster swap and how EG's been doing with Sumail in the off lane. He had a pretty good Axe game. He had a really good laning phase in that Axe game. He had some help with Crit in the second game as an IO while he was playing Beastmaster, and he absolutely dominated in that game. He only had like 2 deaths. He kept getting good roars. He had a really early Necro 3. He did a great job getting kills and staying alive in that particular matchup, and he just split pushed the entire time, essentially, making sure he could get his team an advantage, take down some of the Tier 2 and Tier 3 towers, and they went on from there. So this game's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot more, a lot less probably split push heavy, a lot more team fight centric, as that's what Clockwork's role is. Where you, as an Axe or as a Beastmaster, you can split push pretty easily. Not to say that you can't as a Clockwork, but you want to use hookshot probably to the best of your advantage.
Yeah, it's very different. Clockwork wants to get in there, start some of these team fights, find these heroes in the back lines that can't really get away from them, like the Ancient Apparition, Spirit Breaker. But compLexity's 5-man looks extremely strong. And EG kind of have to dodge and farm up a bit until Lone Druid gets items.
Yeah. Lone Druid gets out of control, and then things start getting pretty bad for compLexity, because then you have to deal with not only that, but Serpent Wards as well in terms of taking down towers. Which, again, is something that compLexity lack very much. They cannot get tower pushing, really. I mean, they don't have much of it at all at this point, so it's going to be something to keep in mind later on into the game.
Yep, it is indeed. We have the Phantom Assassin in the mid lane against OD. We see this because Blur, good evasion against OD's Arcane Orbs, but honestly that doesn't really play. It doesn't really do much until later on, because he'll probably just get more points in Astral. He does a bunch of damage.
Chessie can spam the Stifling Daggers at the very least, try to get last hits. He does have a Quelling Blade, 2 shared tangos, and we'll see what he goes for next. Kyle is deep pulling this creep wave. He didn't get the first one. He's going to be able to get the second one, but it's going to take a long time for him to get there. Charge coming in. RTZ taking a lot of damage, but so too is Chessie, as Crit is there helping out. The charge will hit. That'll be up onto the Ricky, but no such luck in terms of finding anything else. So Kyle was pulling the wave. Maybe he was trying to find a courier. I'm not sure what his plan was, but the wave is going back down to top lane now.
At least it'll arrive while 100's under his tower, so the wave will double up and then push towards sinking.
Right.
So he'll be a bit safer, but he's totally fine 1v1 for now till Lone Druid hits about level 5-ish.
So this is the rare side lane Storm Spirit as well.
That's right, the legend of the safe lane Storm.
And not something we see very often.
There's a reason for that, mod.
Yeah.
When you want to help him, you steal his experience.
Yes.
He needs help.
Yes. That's not what he likes. He's still in level 1 for now, sitting on 2 last hits actually. So far, pretty good landing from EG. They already have 6 last hits on the Clockwork. Fear's doing pretty well in the top lane. Mid's going pretty well, all things considered. So, Cold Feet, Stifling Dagger, good smoke screen from Crit, and as well as the Astral coming out, and that means that Chessie cannot secure the kill. RTZ has to ferry out himself for himself. He will put all the stuff in his backpack and then ferry it back out. And they'll continue to put pressure. Chessie's still taking a lot of damage. He has a salvage zone, but doing pretty well. 9 last hits for Chessie in the mid lane. Getting a lot of help from Zefric, obviously.
Yep, there's also the synergy with the Chilling Touch and the Dagger.
Yes.
Of course, it applies that.
Yeah, Crit needs to be careful. He does have boots. Pretty speedy Ricky. Moving around the map. And so at this point in the game, it's just not a lot of rotations happening. Maybe somebody dies mid, but just get farm for fear, essentially, at this point. If you're EG, try to get him as much farm as possible, get to that Midas, and get things really going.
Yep, it really feels like wherever Spirit Breaker rotates is where they'll try to... You know, that's what they need to break open some sort of gank. Otherwise, probably nothing's going to happen.
And right now, he's actually just pulling for this Storm Spirit, because Storm is having a rough time. He's up to 7 last hits, so he's doing a bit better, but still, again, against somebody like Fear with 12, Fear is doing a bit better himself. Kyle will charge into mid, but RTZ is very far away, pretty much underneath this tier 1 tower, and Kyle will have to stop the charge and back himself up. So compLexity will continue to just sit behind Chessie, make sure he's safe. And for good reason, though. He's up to 17 last hits, getting him off to a good start. What do you go for first on something like a PA now?
We see a lot of Desolator rushes, especially from mid lane PAs.
Every time he jumps, he's just going to ask him. They're going to try to turn this down. The Cold Feet will come in. Chessie's actually ready to go. Arteezy might be staying a bit too long. Another Stifling Dagger hit, but Chessie will back himself up. And I like the synergy like you talked about. They're actually getting a lot done in terms of damage onto Arteezy, and he might have to ferry himself another salve, and it looks like I think he's doing just that. He is. That's the second salve, although Crit is the one bringing it out.
Yeah, this lane is very, very strong. And OD is struggling to find farm, especially with the constant charges coming through. And OD's also a hero that doesn't like getting his experience leached very much too, with Ricky just sitting there in the mid lane trying to help protect him. But this could be first blood on Arteezy. Charge coming through.
Yeah. There's the Cold Feet. Astral comes out. He does have stick charges coming out. There's Crit dropping the smoke screen. The Cold Feet will latch. They need one more auto attack. There's the Shackles, and Kyle's going to be the one that's going to give away first blood. They'll get the kill. Arteezy is so low, and Z-Freak may be next. No way of locking him down. They need an Astral. One more auto attack. If Arteezy was a half step further, they would have gotten that kill. No such luck. But EG will still strike first and grab that kill and drop him down.
Well, speaking of getting experience, look at Storm's experience. He's solo safe lane, and he's still not 4 while Sumail's about to hit 5 off this next creep.
And we saw the same thing last game from Sumail, getting a lot of experience compared to the enemy off laner. This time it's compared to the enemy safe laner, which is even better for Sumail at this point.
Yep. And look at this. Misery's wrapping around Limp. They might be able to find a kill, but no, unlikely. They have a
ward.
Yep.
So they know what's going on here.
Yep. It's still pressure being applied to Storm. The only 9 last hits to the Storm Spirit.
Yeah. And surprisingly enough, this Clockwork is top in the net worth, or rather top CS at this point. He might even be top net worth. He's second actually to the PA. Moo's not doing too bad himself though in the top lane. 25 last hits, 2 denies against Fear, who has 26.
Yeah.
So this is a very hotly contested lane in the top lane. Meanwhile, Limp diving, or rather getting dove by Sumail, but now the TP rotation from Moo, who does have level 3 Burrow Strike and Cold Feet available. Sumail's in trouble. He's going to get caught and killed. Now they're going to look for more. The Burrow Strike hits and Misery will get dropped. A double kill for Moo. A great TP coming in. And Sumail in so deep trying to find that kill. They give away 2.
Very nice TP from the Sand King. That's the thing about the Clockwork, right? When you dive, it takes a long time to finish someone down with battery. You're going to have to expect TP rotations every time when that happens.
Yeah. So despite Sumail being super far ahead, he feeds his life away. He didn't have hookshot either. If he has hookshot, maybe that goes a bit better.
Yeah,
somehow get out of the situation, but
at least it frees up the top lane for Lone Druid to keep farming.
Yeah, Fear is doing well. He's getting very close to the Midas. He'll have that here pretty soon. Meanwhile, mid lane Arteezy is caught, but again, this smoke screen. Crit has just been sitting mid. However, Kyle has rotated in. Astral is back up. He will use it to try to stay alive. Misery has an Invis rune, level 2 Ether Shock, and level 1 Shackles at the ready. He will, in fact, use the Shackles onto the Sand King. Arteezy's just level 4. He has to back himself up. There's the Burrow Strike. He's in trouble. No Astral to save his life. There's the charge. They'll lose the Sand King. Is so low, but he will not fall. The Wand Charge. It's going to be the Stifling Dagger that secures the kill. Crit trying to jump back in. Phantom Strike and Blink Strikes everywhere. One more auto attack. Kyle going to get dropped down. A double kill for both Misery and Chessie, and I think that probably benefits complexity more, as Chessie's the one that gets most of the money there, and that's very important for this Radiant team.
Definitely. Arteezy, he's struggling this game. Level 4.5, 18 CS at 7 minutes. Not your ideal start, but
no.
That's what happens when you face up against this dual lane like that. There's nobody that can really help him, right? Ricky's been sitting mid the entire time, smoke screening, trying to save him, but doesn't really do anything.
Yeah. I mean, he's survived more than I thought he would with the constant charges from the Spear Breaker.
His item build has been pretty good. He skipped the boots and went straight for the Bracer and Wand, trying to tank up as much as possible.
Yeah. He did the same thing last game. He had almost all the components to drum before he bought like boots and his dreads. It was very interesting.
Oh boy, Limp might get so low on this camp.
They need Misery, and he's walking his way there, and they have no idea this is happening. Limp, though, does clear out the camp, and Misery might be too late. He's actually going to wait. Meanwhile, they lose the Ancient Empress from elsewhere. Limp will get dropped down. It's actually 2 dead on the complexity side. They will lose Sumail in the bottom lane, I believe, while that was all happening. Maybe stayed a little bit too long in that action.
And Fear takes the top tower for free.
And that's his Midas. Does he have the gloves?
He's got it.
He's got it. He uses the range creep Midas, and this is where things get dangerous. A lot of the games we've seen today is just like one safe laner, like a Morphling or something, getting out of control.
Yep.
And then he just takes over the game, and it feels like that's going to happen this game as well for EG.
They become untouchable, and then eventually they take the safe lane tower for free, basically, once they push out the off laner, and then they just destroy the game.
Yeah.
They have complete control.
In comparison, look at Limp's net worth.
Yeah.
The enemy safe laner is at 1900 now. I mean, the good news is the PA is doing really well, and the Sand King's not doing poorly either. But
Limp's probably glad this tower died, so he has somewhere safe to farm finally.
so we don't have the net worth indicator on this. We have some Lairth bugs going on, but it's a 2K lead for EG right now. Despite losing a couple of heroes, or like RTZ in the mid lane, they're doing very well. Moo's going for a TP. RTZ can't get there to Astral. In fact, it's in the mid lane where Sumail will barely survive. They're going to use a Stifling Dagger. Perhaps they dive this. Sumail will try to hook himself to the creep wave. Moo wants this Burrow Strike. He gets blocked by the wave, but he can't get there in time. And Sumail will survive. And that's 4 heroes of complexity trying to find one offlaner, and they can't get it done.
And now their heroes are in such an awkward spot where they can't really walk down to the bottom lane.
And Crit's going to spot them out, too. They're going to smoke. Oh, the smoke almost breaks. In fact, it will break.
Yeah, breaks
they
the
need
smoke.
detection. Do they have any? They have a sentry on
sentry.
Z3. He drops it down. There's the Burrow Strike. Great reaction from Moo. Crit should get dropped here. The smoke screen will come through. There's the Cold Feet proc, and they have to use the dust, but they will secure the kill nonetheless.
Yep, nicely done.
Uh-oh. Sumail getting run at by Chessie. Is he going to dive this? Just going to stifle him. Was looking for a crit. Couldn't find it, unfortunately. But at least Crit tanks the gank. It could have been a lot worse.
Yep. He almost lived too. That Sand King stun came out just in time. Very fast reactions.
Very fast reaction from him. This is one of his favorite heroes, I feel like, as he's channeling the epicenter bottom lane. Arteezy, Astral. He'll avoid a lot of that damage, but this is still going to be tough for him to survive. In fact, he gets bashed up and he gets killed. Kyle gets the last hit, so Arteezy gets dropped yet again. And now he's only 300 ahead of the Storm Spirit, who's had the roughest time in this game, I would say.
Yeah, it's rough stuff. EG, they're smoked up looking for a play mid lane. They have the hook shot. Clock looks level 7. Crit's there too if they can get that.
Sumail, he's going to hit it. They have the Phantom Strike, but the smoke screen will prevent him from getting away. He's got to auto-attack the cogs, can't do so, and that will drop him for 30 seconds with Misery coming in to help clean up, as he's going to get level 6, which means Serpent Wars will be available, and perhaps they can start pressuring a tower.
Very nice. Haste on top too. They're going to save that for whoever wants it.
Fear's already up to 2,300 gold.
Jesus. Usually you think of this time when Lone Druid's sitting farming Relic as like dead time. It's like your anti-mage time where you're sitting there waiting for him to come online, but it doesn't feel like that at all. Lone Druid made enough space by taking that safe lane tower by himself.
They're getting a lot done. Fear getting jumped on by Chessie, good Savage Roar. He is now in true form.
He's charged though.
Yeah, he needs to walk away, but the rest of the team here for EG, they're going to shackle up Kyle. He's in trouble. They've got the cogs ready. Battery Assault, no hook shot available. Not that they need it. Kyle uses his wand, but only keep him alive for a half second longer. And now Fear getting Stifling Daggered. Moo looking for a bro. Just misses it. Sumail using that haste room beautifully. And Chessie now. They want the bear. I'm not sure they're going to be able to find it. Sumail's going to use his cogs here in about 5 seconds when they're up. And they want to chase this bear down, and it just gets away in time. Fear is able to resummon it, or rather recall the bear to him and continue farming in the jungle.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
It feels like they just can't stop Lone Druid from farming at all. Even though they have good heroes at running at him, there's too many things going on.
Right.
There's a hero in every lane pushing out lanes you have to deal with, and then there's this Lone Druid kind of in the background doing his own thing. And there's been a lot of focus on the OD, but you know, it's Lone Druid. When Radiance comes out, it's going to be ridiculously hard to deal with.
Yeah, and then he can just start getting involved in fights. Hookshot will come through, and they're going to find a good cog push. He's going to get silenced up, but he's got a Burrow Strike and Sandstorm. And I don't know if they can get the skill. He's going to burrow to the high ground.
He's fine.
They're going to run up and fall him, but with Chessie here, it's time to back up. First hit crit from Chessie, doing some serious damage on his Sumail, but he is pretty tanky. He has drums. Limp in the meantime takes down Misery. That's a killing spree ended in the mid lane. And Sumail, the Burrow Strike, they're trying to get the skill. They need a Savage Roar. They don't have one, I don't believe. The crit will come out and finish off the Clockwork, but Moo might be next. He's got a Burrow in 5, Sandstorm and Wand charges. Crit going to get crit up, and it's going to be a double kill for Chessie, and Fear might be next. They want the Spirit Bear. They cannot chase Fear down himself. This is a very big set of kills for complexity. 3 across the map.
All right, and they get the Lone Druid Bear too.
Yeah, that is a lot of gold going their way.
Yeah, but Chessie almost has Desolator out. This is when heroes start to explode. They get 2 or 3 shots once the crit comes out.
See, these items are clearly not correct. There's not an equal song in this game. There's no site device.
Are you sure?
I don't think that's accurate.
Okay. Some bugs, no big deal.
Z-Freak gonna get shackled up. They have RTZ coming in as well. Moves nearby. Burrow hits onto 2, not onto 3. There's the Sanity's getting dropped down. Z-Freak. They've got the block in with the wards coming out. Beautiful ward trap from Misery.
Those are the value wards right there.
And right under the tier 1. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, that's big.
Very nice.
And all the meanwhile, Fear back to farming his spear pair up and running. He is 100 away from Relic. Chessie is trying to split push. He is going to go for the Deso Rush like you talked about, by the way. And he's pretty much got it, actually. So they had that fight where they killed 3 heroes for compLexity. It was they got about 1,000 gold for it. Now they lose about 1,000 gold with those 2 kills bottom, the tier 1 falling. And they might even lose this tier 1 mid, depending on how hard EG commits to this. The problem is they don't have circle ones. They just used in bottom lane, so they probably just back up here, I think.
Yep. We do have Relic coming out for Lone Druid now, so there's a bit more building damage with that. But still, no wards, no building damage. This game has taken an odd turn. Right, both teams have managed to take some towers, but then at the same time, like, they still need a lot of time before the heroes really come online. Like Storm Spirit, he doesn't want to fight at all. He wants to get to his Kaya, get the Bloodstone, anything else after that as well. And then Lone Druid, same thing, even though they're leading by quite a bit. You have to wait for this Radiance, right? That's when his game truly begins.
Yeah. And you got to give credit to Limp, though, in terms of him getting back into the game. He's now ahead of Sumail.
Yeah.
This is what we were talking about with the issue with Clockwork is, like, you do really well in the beginning of the game, you get a couple of kills, maybe you slow down.
No matter where he starts, he ends the same place, right? That's what it feels like. He still performs the same function, but it's just,
I mean, unless you're getting like 1,000,000 kills.
That's true.
Is not really happening in this game for him. He's had a couple of good hook shots and good kills, but he's died once or twice in the past few minutes, and now Sumail is indeed slowing down, but he has phase drum, he's got earned, he's working on a 4-step now. He gets those core items, maybe things get really good for him. You already have enough greed as it is, though, between Arteezy and Fear, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess.
It's very true. It's the right style of hero you want with 2, big farmers.
Yeah.
And your Lone Druid and OD, so.
Even Misery is starting to get farmed now. Working on a Blink Dagger, 1,600 gold already.
Very farmed.
Yeah, he's
been playing his own game on the side lanes, just gearing up.
He's just been ether shocking the waves and going to work. And we can talk about that Radiance. It's getting closer and closer, a couple hundred gold away. Limp now has his Kaya done, but still working on the Bloodstone, obviously. Desolator has been picked up for Chessie, and Arteezy's working on his Hurricane Pike, or at least the 4-staff component of it. And he will have that in the very near future. So a couple of big items coming around the corner here, and then do you expect these teams to fight with these items? I like you talked about maybe with the Radiance for the Lone Druid, or?
Definitely with the Radiance. I feel like Cole still need time to... They'll defend, but they still need time for Storm to just keep farming. Like, he'll react to things, but he's not going to be the one starting engagements, of course.
Right.
He wants to wait till they play out, and then he'll look for heroes that he can pick off in the back. Radiance is go time.
Mo isn't going Blink. He's going to have a Drum into a 4-staff, which isn't that unusual. I mean, he builds Drum on like that Rider and stuff like that. In fact, a lot of people do.
Yeah, well, it makes a lot of sense against the Clockwork and Radiant, right?
Yes.
That's the big counter. 4-staff comes out, and all of a sudden, you have 2 heroes that synergize well together, and then you counter the combo.
I like it a lot, actually. It makes sense. As Kyle is running into hook shot, if he hit that while Kyle was mid-charge, it would have been sick. But now they're looking for Limp. Good Burrow Strike coming out very low. There's the tricks of the trade. Sandy's Eclipse gets dropped. They've got the root, and Chessie is dead. It's a 2-for-0 trade, and Limp might be next. He's going to ball lighting. Epicenter comes in. Moo gets the job done. It's 2 dead now, and they might lose a 3rd here if they're not careful. Arteezy's going to go back onto Moo, though. They need detection. They don't have it to Sandstorm. A lot of damage being dealt. Zfree getting caught in the wards. So too is Moo. The Shackles. Sumail gets a triple kill. All 5 dead of compLexity. What the hell happened in that engagement? I'm not even sure.
Oh my god. The PA died so fast when she blink striked in. Got hit like twice by the Lone Druid there and fell over.
She got entangled, and then that was it for her.
Exploded. There's so much magic damage. Clockwork is owning Mon.
Yeah, he's...
We flamed this hero a lot.
We really did. Maybe it's time for the offlane Clockwork to come out, to come back, to make a comeback.
It sure makes sense here when you already have 2 cores that take up a lot of space. You need a hero like Clockwork or like Sand King, for example, that can just run around and not need too many items to do things.
I mean, he's keeping pace with the Storm Spirit still.
Yeah.
So he's getting that farm one way or another, whether through kills or through farming. But that is a giant fight. I mean, that fight gets them about 2,000 to 3,000 gold alone. Not to mention what they get after it. They only got one of the tier 1 towers. They couldn't find any further objectives. They couldn't go into Roche, especially considering Fear was dead. compLexity trying to smoke into Roche. It does hit. They're going to find Crit, but he's going to trick to the trade and stay alive for a moment. He will blink strike into Chessie, who promptly just blows him away with the help of complexity's Moo and Limp. And now they will move directly into Roche.
I don't think they can do this at all.
They have a Desolator, but I don't know about this, especially against somebody like Sumail on a Clockwork.
Yep.
I'm not sure about it.
They're trying to sneak it after a team fight because it's not obvious at all. It's quite unexpected just running through Roche pick right after you get full 5-man white.
Oh, Fury is dead. He has no TP. He has been found. Although he is pretty tanky, he does a lot of damage with the Radiant Sprint. Limp needs to be very careful. Good Savage Roar, too. Moo will find the Burrow Strike. He gets the Rune on the Limp. He's going to be able to get away with the Ball Lightning, and Fury will get Epicenter down to death. And Chessie almost falls, but...
reinforcements are coming in.
Yeah, but it might be too little too late. Sumail cogs onto 2 Battery Salt. They've got the crit. There's the Burrow Strike. Oh, that Ether Shock from Misery. A double kill. The triple kill. Misery just blew them away. Sumail sets it up, and Misery blows them down. My God. I was not expecting that.
They got to win. Kill the Lone Druid. Went a little too far. Sumail looked nice and juicy, Mott.
Misery was like, I'm coming. Oh, this looks great. He just zaps him.
Yeah.
My God.
If that Ricky didn't happen to pop that smoke earlier, they probably would have gotten Roshan. But right place, right time, dies for a good cause.
Half of everything is luck, my friend.
That's right.
That's what they say. So they say.
Radiant's
Who
bottom
says?
tower
I don't
is
know.
under attack.
They.
That's just them.
I'd like to meet they.
Yeah, me too. Right now, EG are doing absolutely great after that loss to the Lone Druid now. 7,500 network advantage thereabouts. They have the Hurricane Pike done for Arteezy. Lone Druid has died twice pretty recently, which is problematic. It slowed him down, but with Midas Radiance, you're never really out of it.
Charge on the Shadow Shaman.
Misery, he is going to get the Hex off onto Limp. Okay.
That's a crit.
It really is. Hookshot, they find Chessie, though, and he's in trouble. He just Phantom Strikes his way out, though. Force forward, Sanity's 1 auto attack, no evasion. Not that it would have mattered. He was earned anyways. And they're going to find a second. Kyle's going to fall as well. A double kill for Arteezy. And now he's finally online. And
That's a
EG
great
are
chat.
rolling.
Get ready.
Get ready. I didn't even know that was a thing. Get ready.
They're ready.
You got to always be ready if you're
Dyer's
EG.
middle
Yep,
tower
pumping up
is
the
under
team.
attack.
Yeah. Sumail is...
Structures are fortified.
We've only seen 3 games, so it's hard to say. It's a very small sample size, obviously, but he's
Dyer's
impressed
middle
me.
tower
Which,
has
of course, I mean, Sumail is one of the best, all-time best mid players out there, and to see him transition into the off lane and do so well right now is pretty impressive. I'm not sure if you feel the same way. It just from he's making all the little things. He has made some aggressive plays that haven't worked out, but I like the way he's playing currently.
I feel like he is playing quite well. He's a very aggressive player. And sometimes it bites you, but for the most part, I think he's been playing very well.
Right.
And this is something we've all wanted to see, how this new EG squad would shape up.
Misery has looked pretty good, too, in terms of the new roster.
Yeah, especially this game.
Yeah. Z-Freak going to get chased down. Maybe though, Hookshot and the Astral, they're going to cog push.
The anti-sync.
And Z-Freak is just... What can you do when that happens to you? You've already accepted your fate. You're just dead at that point. There's nothing you can do.
Not a whole lot you can do about that. Just dead.
Charge onto the Lone Druid Bearer, but the Radiance Burn continues to tick. And I think we might be seeing potentially Serpent Wards being drop bottom. Or they can just hold on to it. I don't even think they need it,
They
actually.
don't even need it. Tower dies so fast with Lone Druid.
Yeah, Demolish is pretty good. And where's this thing?
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So EG will now instead smoke up and move to the top lane and try to have a fight.
This is a pretty good play. I think most teams would just go for the next tower, or at least show to make compLexity move back, but this way EG are setting up.
They just miss Moo.
I'll take your
They just don't
Radiant's
see him.
bottom tower is
They're going to
under
see
attack.
Kyle here.
Yep, charging away. But that's all they see.
Nothing else they can do. compLexity will make it out of a dangerous situation. Good effort, but a smart call from compLexity to back up. They didn't get too greedy. They didn't try to take this 2-2 tower. Although they might actually find somebody else. It's going to be Moo caught out. Serpent Wars drop down, Shackles, Tricks the Trade, Battery Assaults, everything they need to get the kill. They do use Serpent Wards just for the 1 kill, which is interesting, but they might not have gotten it otherwise, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and it's also one of these kills that you just kind of have to secure. You don't know who else is in the area.
Right.
And they always have the Lone Druid to... They have enough push power with the Lone Druid, so they're not dependent on the roster wards anymore.
Something we haven't seen this game, we saw compLexity try to sneak it with a smoke and deceit, is Roshan. Something
Yeah.
EG might consider here in the next few minutes.
I imagine
Maybe
after
they'll
these tier 2s fall down, they'll look at that next.
Exactly. They have some good vision here. They see Chessie, Limp, and Z-Freak sitting together. Z-Freak actually has Midas. His Limp is going to jump in. He was trying to find Arteezy, but Arteezy, I think, forced himself away. In fact, he did. Limp is still going. They're going to charge in here, but there's the hook shot. Cogs onto 2. This is a problem. Sandy's Eclipse has dropped down. Kyle can't even get his ult off. Limp is going to be next. Good Ice Blast will take down Arteezy. Sumail might be next. Limp, the battery soul, that's not enough. They'll take the kill, though. Chessie going to try to jump away with the Phantom Strike. Z-Freak going for a TP. He will make it out. No Savage Roar in time. And I gotta say, for as bad as that looked for compLexity for a moment, the Ice Blast actually did a pretty good job of securing it.
It looks so awkward, right? It's like you missed the first jump. Typically, once you miss that, you back off, right? Wait for the second jump. Oh, nice meteor hammer there for Z-Freak's Ancient Aberration. Good stuff.
Just to let everybody know, he doesn't have a meteor hammer. It's bugged. I don't know if it's a layer thing or it's a Diva thing. You gotta check your check your fight recap next time.
Okay. I forgot what I was saying.
You were talking about how awkward it was with the...
Oh, yeah. Usually once you miss the first jump, you back up, but then so you force it so hard, and then usually it becomes a complete disaster after that. But it wasn't bad at all for Cole. He got 2 kills for 2 kills.
Yeah, and keeping Chessie alive especially, to me, is the most important thing in that regard. Getting Arteezy, keeping Chessie alive is going to be the one to carry you right now, considering he's the top network hero. They might find Moo, though. Hook shot, there's the smoke screen. He will force himself out. Now another Blink Strike there. Sandstorm, they don't have detection. Burrow Strike is back up in 1. Can he make it away the earned? The one more auto tech should do the job. It's tricks the trade. That actually gets it done from crit. So nice, another kill for EG there.
Yep, very nicely run. Get ready. Ready for what?
I don't know. Get ready to kill, I guess. If you're Sumail, I'm not sure.
We'll figure that one out later.
Yeah, we'll ask him. See, this is the great thing about a LAN. We can ask the players, and they'll tell us.
He'll call us an idiot and walk away.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I would do.
That's just stock standard for Moonduck, though. That's just what everybody says.
Yep. Oh,
nice Shadow Amulet from Kyle. That was pretty cool.
He is hidden.
He's ready for the backstab.
A lot of the times when the charge comes from the front, you can just click Astral or Hex on him in time, but when it comes from the back like this, it's unexpected.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm ready for him to do it, and then they're just going to Astral him or something. But
yeah, they're going to pike him away.
I'll take the 2 tower. He doesn't even get the opportunity to try to find something.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's just hiding for now.
If only Misery had detection there. If there's like a sentry on the high ground or something, it'd be really depressing. Misery is an Aghanim Scepter.
He is ridiculously
What
farmed.
This is insane.
Mind your language, Mott. There are children watching.
Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. Didn't come out.
But that's nuts. I mean,
look at his net worth. Same as Limps, basically.
I was surprised when he got the Blink Dagger so quickly. I shouldn't be surprised considering he got a triple kill at that fight in the top lane. And he's just been farming side lanes, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's still impressive nonetheless.
Sumail has pretty much become the permanent roamer, not hitting any creeps anymore after lane phase.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Picked up the lane pushing duties.
This is going to be tough. Hook shot, they need the smoke screen to come out. They have it. They need a 4-staff. Tricks of the trade. Is it going to be enough damage? There's going to be the flare. The cog push will get the kill. Sumail and Crit combining up to secure yet another one, and it wasn't easy. Taking out a Storm Spear, but smoke screen perfectly timed coming out for Ricky.
Now he almost has Spear Vessel. That's good. Ricky has Diffuse Blade. They've all got items on. Everyone's rich, except for compLexity. Uh-oh.
I mean, one of them's rich.
That's true.
Z-Freak actually has a hood and a Midas and a 4-staff, so he's doing pretty well, but...
He's the rich one.
Kyle is not rich. Kyle's a little bit...
That's what happens if you're a 5
Radiant's
Spirit Breaker. Your duty is to charge it and die.
Alright, here we go. Serpent Ward's dropped to the tier 3 tower. Z-Freak's taking a lot of the damage.
Radiant's structures are fortified.
Serpent Wards look so silly. BKB from Chessie. He's going to try to clean these up, and that's it. And the bear will just hit the tower, so even if you take the Serpent Wards down, it doesn't matter. Chessie is getting owned. Burrow Strike, hook shot, that'll be under Chessie. He needs the Phantom Strike, can't do it in time because he's been deleted from the game by Arteezy with the Sanity. Z-Freak, wow, that wand charge barely saved his life. In the meantime, Crit will take another one down. That is going to be Kyle who charges in from behind. And this Rax is gone, and EG are looking like they might be the second seed out of Group Hippo here, getting revenge on compLexity. The game is not over yet, but there's no buyback for PA. They're dead for 40 seconds. Should be 2 sets of racks, I would assume here, Brax.
Oh yeah, easily. PA still dead for 30 seconds. But, here's the action.
Heavy, Ortizi can ask for himself. He tries to force himself out, still in trouble. There's the cold feet. He will save himself for now. Now Limp out of mana. There's the tricks of the trade, the shackles as well. 3 dead, 4 dead. Fear gets the double. They'll find 5. That'll do it. They will buy back into Storm Spirit, trying to find anything, but it's too little too late. Crit might fall at the very least, but that's not going to do enough for them. They will get the full set of racks mid and compLexity. Yes, they will have Chesty respawning. They will lose their second set of racks, and EG will smoke themselves and get back to base. They're actually trying to chase Limp down, who is shrining at this point. Sumail might be in trouble now that Chesty is here. He does pop the blade mail as he gets crit by the Stifling Dagger. Limp's still on the way out. They're looking for another hero. They're trying to find Chesty. There's going to be the BKB, but he is cogged and trying to man fight Sumail. Sumail, no blade mail. Astral save from Arteezy, and Chesty's going to fall again, it looks like. Limp comes back in with the pull. There's the Hex up the smoke screen, the tricks of the trade. 2 dead. Kyle will be next.
So desperate.
And it's going to be all 5 drop down. Maybe not. Kyle might get out, but it doesn't matter. GG is called by Limp. Great game from EG, especially from Sumail, who I think had a heck of a game on this clockwork. Really well done for this new roster.
Yeah, very well played for both teams. I think EG just happened to... It's the same thing we saw in the last game with the Morphling, right? Same